Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of economics. But don't worry, we're keeping it interesting. We're talking about the top 10 richest states in the US by GDP for 2025. Because let's be honest, who doesn't love a good ranking, right? It's like the Olympics of money, except instead of javelins and gymnastics, we've got Silicon Valleys, oil fields, and maybe even a few Wall Streets thrown in for good measure. So, buckle up, grab your metaphorical calculators, and let's see which states are leading the economic pack in the race to be crowned the richest of them all. Coming in at number 1, it's the Golden State itself, California, with a jaw-dropping GDP of $4.08 trillion. That's a T, my friends, a T for trillion. To put that in perspective, California's economy is larger than the entire GDP of many countries. So, what's fueling this economic powerhouse? Well, for starters, California is home to Silicon Valley, the global hub for tech innovation. Think Google, Apple, Facebook companies that aren't just household names, they're practically household verbs at this point, but it's not just tech. California's got a diverse economy with agriculture, entertainment, tourism, and a whole lot more. I mean, they've got Hollywood, Disneyland, and some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Plus, let's not forget about the sheer size of California. It's the most populous state in the US, which means more people, more businesses, and well, more money circulating. So yeah, California is holding strong onto that number 1 spot, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. Saddle up, partners, because we're headed to the Lone Star State. Texas is riding high at number 2 on our list with a GDP of $2.695 trillion. That's right, Texas is in a whole different league of its own. Now you might think of oil derricks and cowboy hats when you think of Texas, and you wouldn't be wrong. Texas is a major player in the energy industry, but it's also got a lot more going for it. We're talking aerospace, agriculture, and a booming tech scene in cities like Austin. And let's not forget about the low cost of living and business-friendly environment that attracts companies and entrepreneurs like moths to a very bright, very profitable light. Plus, Texas has this go big or go home mentality that seems to permeate everything they do, and their economy is no exception. They're not afraid to take risks, innovate, and just generally do things their own way. So, while California might be the reigning champion for now, Texas is hot on its heels, and this rivalry is far from over. Coming in at a very respectable number 3, it's the city that never sleeps, the Big Apple, the one and only New York. With a GDP of $2.284 trillion, New York is a global financial powerhouse. Wall Street, need I say more? It's the heart of the financial world, and it's right there in the heart of New York City. But New York's economy is about so much more than just finance. We're talking media, fashion, tourism. I mean, have you seen Times Square? It's basically a giant, flashing billboard for the entire state. And let's not forget about the cultural impact of New York. From Broadway shows to world-class museums, New York attracts millions of visitors every year. Now, New York has faced its share of challenges, but like the true champion it is, it always bounces back. It's a city and a state with an unmatched work ethic and a drive to succeed that's woven into its very fabric. Hold on to your Mickey Mouse ears, folks, because we're heading down south to the Sunshine State. Florida is basking in the glow of its $1.695 trillion GDP, securing its spot at number 4 on our list. Now you might be thinking, Florida? Isn't that where people go to retire? And while it's true that Florida has a large retirement population, it's also got a surprisingly diverse and robust economy. Tourism is obviously huge. We're talking Disney World, Universal Studios, and miles of pristine beaches that attract visitors from all over the world. But Florida's also a major player in agriculture, aerospace, and international trade, thanks to its strategic location. Plus, Florida has a very business-friendly environment with no state income tax, which makes it a pretty attractive place to set up shop. So, while you're sipping on your orange juice and soaking up the sun, remember that Florida's economy is working just as hard as you are on vacation. Coming in at number 5, it's the Prairie State, Illinois, with a GDP of $1.132 trillion. Now, Illinois might not have the glitz and glamour of Hollywood or the beaches of Florida, but don't let that fool you. This Midwestern powerhouse is a major player in the US economy. For starters, Chicago, the Windy City, is a global hub for finance, trade, and transportation. It's home to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, one of the world's largest futures exchanges, and O'Hare International Airport, one of the busiest airports on the planet. But Illinois is more than just Chicago. The state is a major agricultural producer known for its corn and soybeans. It's also a center for manufacturing, particularly in the automotive industry. So, while Illinois might be landlocked, it's certainly not isolated. It's a vital link in the chain of the U.S. economy, connecting the East Coast to the West Coast and everything in between. At number 6, we have the Keystone State, Pennsylvania, with a GDP of $1.017 trillion. Now, Pennsylvania has a rich history as the birthplace of the nation and the Industrial Revolution. But it's not resting on its laurels. While Pennsylvania was once known for its steel mills, it's now forging a new path in the 21st century. The state has become a hub for healthcare, education, and technology, with cities like Pittsburgh and Philadelphia attracting major companies and startups. Pittsburgh, once synonymous with steel, is now a center for robotics, artificial intelligence, and technology. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, is a hub for healthcare, education, and financial services. And let's not forget about the chocolate factory. Pennsylvania is home to Hershey, the chocolate capital of the U.S., which is a delicious contribution to the state's economy. Chapter 7. Ohio, the Buckeye State's economic comeback. Coming in at number 7, it's the Buckeye State, Ohio, with a GDP of $922.8 billion. Now, Ohio has seen its share of economic ups and downs, particularly with the decline of manufacturing in the Rust Belt. But like a true champion, Ohio is bouncing back. The state has been diversifying its economy, investing in healthcare, education, and technology. Cities like Columbus and Cleveland are attracting new businesses and young professionals, breathing new life into the region. Ohio is also a major manufacturing center, particularly for the automotive industry. And let's not forget about agriculture. Ohio is a major producer of corn, soybeans, and dairy products. So, while Ohio might have faced some challenges, it's clear that the Buckeye State is on the rise, proving that it's still a major player in the U.S. economy. Chapter 8. Georgia Peaches, Peanuts, and Prosperity. Hold on to your hats because we're headed down south to Georgia, coming in at number 8 with a GDP of $919.7 billion. Now, Georgia is known for its peaches, peanuts, and southern hospitality, but it's also got a surprisingly diverse and thriving economy. Atlanta, the state capital and largest city, is a major transportation hub, home to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, the busiest airport in the world. But Georgia's economy is about more than just logistics. The state is a major center for film and television production, thanks to its generous tax incentives and diverse locations. In fact, Georgia has been nicknamed the Hollywood of the South. Plus, Georgia has a growing tech scene, a strong agricultural industry, and a thriving tourism sector, thanks to its beautiful beaches, historic sites, and of course, those delicious peaches. Chapter 9. New Jersey, the Garden State's economic bounty. Coming in at number 9, it's the Garden State, New Jersey, with a GDP of $846.5 billion. Now, New Jersey might be small in size, but it's big on economic power. Located just across the river from New York City, New Jersey benefits from its proximity to the financial capital of the world. But New Jersey is more than just a bedroom community for Wall Street bankers. The state has a diverse economy, with strengths in pharmaceuticals, chemicals, and tourism. It's home to major corporations like Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and Prudential Financial. Plus, New Jersey has a highly educated workforce, thanks to its excellent universities including Princeton and Rutgers. And let's not forget about the beaches. The Jersey Shore is a popular destination for tourists from all over. Chapter 10. Michigan, from Motor City to Mobility Hub. And rounding out our top 10, it's the Wolverine State, Michigan, with a GDP of $788.7 billion. Now, Michigan has been through some tough times, particularly with the decline of the auto industry, but the state is reinventing itself, transforming from the Motor City to a mobility hub. Detroit, once the heart of the American auto industry, is now at the forefront of autonomous vehicle technology. Companies like Ford, General Motors, and Waymo are investing heavily in self-driving cars, and Detroit is becoming a testing ground for this cutting-edge technology. But Michigan's economy is about more than just cars. The state has a diverse manufacturing base, a growing healthcare sector, and a thriving tourism industry. thanks to its beautiful lakes, forests, and charming towns. The future is bright and economically sound. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 richest states in the US by GDP for 2025. From the tech giants of California to the manufacturing might of Michigan, these states are driving the American economy forward. But remember, this list is just a snapshot in time. Economies are constantly evolving, and it's exciting to see how these states will continue to grow and change in the years to come. Thanks for joining me on this economic adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content like this. Until next time, stay curious. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time.